Hello, Aries. Welcome to my channel, Effortless Empress Elegance. I am coming at you today with a general read. We're going to do a classic Celtic cross. We are going to start with a few oracle cards to guide us in our reading. This is an all Aries channel, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. And if this is your first time, then welcome here. All right, give me something from our Moonology deck for my Aries. Give us something that highlights this reading and guides us into clarity. All right, Moonology. All right. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. All right, that's good advice. The answers you need are coming. I feel like we have some Aries that is looking forward in their future, okay? I said that. And look, the bottom of this deck says, a new start is coming, new moon. Aries, I know this is the beginning of this reading, but I feel really good about this for us. And needing a practical plan, like that's never a bad thing, right? Like, if you are an Aries that are fly by the seat of their pants type, and we all can be that way at some point, I think that practicality isn't a bad thing. It's just slower than the pace that we normally have. All right, I'm going to take all of these. I feel good about it. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Oh, okay. Take account of who we might be discussing. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. All right, Aries. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. All right. So this so far is giving me energy around like a restructuring. Okay. Restructuring of where you came from versus where you're headed, okay? And I think that there's going to be important people in your life that you may call friends now, okay? Or maybe you were friends, okay? Maybe it's a Taurus. Maybe it's a Gemini, okay? We're going to get into this. We're going to do one more oracle card and help guide some of this energy before I get into our Celtic cross. Okay, have you ever thought about the purpose of your friendships? And, you know, the feeling I'm getting is that a friendship could even be a relationship. It just really depends, right? Your friends in relationships. But it looks like maybe a friendship lost track of the purpose of who they were to one another. Okay, and not everyone is perfect, okay? Forgiving them, forgiving you, everybody should operate in the flow of love, okay? And that's just from a good place, all right? And wherever you're headed, you'll never regret making decisions out of love. And that doesn't mean being impractical, okay? That means just doing it from a genuine place. My critic. Oh, my critic. It says, I am my own critic. Though this is not innately a bad thing, I will strive to be kinder to myself and graciously accept my own constructive feedback. This will allow continued growth in all aspects of my life. That's some self-reflection on where you're headed, okay? And at the end of the day, you should always be a 10 out of 10 in your own corner, okay? Even if that day you're like, oof, yeah, you know what? I got 1 star today for that. All right. You're still going to end it in a positive place in your own corner. All right. The second one that came out was boundaries. Healthy boundaries keep my energy safe and allow me to live as my truest self. I deserve people in my life who love me and care about my limits and comforts, so those who respect my boundaries will receive my time. That could be directly related to a friendship or some type of relationship that maybe somebody didn't respect your boundaries. And forgiveness is needed. You know, forgive that person for crossing you, for hurting you. You know, as long as it wasn't something that was drastically unforgivable, right? Something that they can't take back, right? But if they can take it back, you know, clear your own conscience to be able to do that. But keep those boundaries there. It doesn't mean that you don't need the boundaries in place, okay? You can still forgive somebody and say, hey, you know, that wasn't okay. But, you know, I forgive you, but these are my boundaries right here. And I stand on those, okay? All right, my Aries. We are going to start with our Celtic cross. Don't be your own worst critic, though, right? I know I'm going back to that card, but it just popped in my head. You know, be kind to yourself. Maybe your boundaries, you gotta set your own boundaries for yourself, okay? And what wanted to pop out was temperance, which is patience, you know? Be patient with yourself, Aries, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself, all right? There's a purpose for everything in your life. You know, find where that is, all right? All right, give me energy for my Aries. I want to see the energy around my Aries. Okay, well, this came out of the Ace of Swords. Okay, that's truth. That's new truth, okay? If you're in a place where you're seeking the answers that you need, they're on their way, okay? So this is something that you may have been in your mind about. It doesn't feel negative, okay? Even if it is negative, maybe you're looking at it the wrong way, okay? Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is something that is the start of something tangible, something that you can feel and look at. But it's starting off very small right now. And then we have the Four of Cups. Do you see how she looks in this card? Like, she has these 3 cups, you know, and then this, see how it's much different on this side? This cup is an offer to her. It's an opportunity to her. She doesn't really know if she wants it, okay? Maybe there's some lacking of truth that she needs to understand in this. And she's in search of that, okay? And these cups are, the other 3 are empty, okay? You see this hand that's there? It's being offered, okay? And, you know, she knows it, but, you know, what else is happening, okay? Like, where else is her mind at, okay? It seems like she's seeking truth, and she sees what's on the table and not really sure about where it's headed, okay? Give me the challenge that we see here. Okay, so... All right, so we have an Ace of Pentacles, which is the opportunity that's coming in, okay? And then we have a Six of Pentacles. Is this opportunity that's crossing you? And this is not a bad thing. It seems like an opportunity you're not really sure about yet. Is it going to give as good as, is it going to give you as good as it's getting? Okay. The cycle here, okay, because we have the Six of Pentacles. You see that infinity sign? It's giving and receiving, okay? I'm going to clarify this and figure out the giving and receiving of this opportunity. Something that's been in your mind, you know, should I move forward with this? It's something tangible, okay, that you're thinking about. This is like a new job, a new person, you know, a new house, a new car. And this is something that you're not really sure about. And like I said in the beginning, it's something that you're transitioning from where you came from to where you're headed. And you're not stuck here as much as you just don't quite know where it's headed. And this is an ending, the Ten of Swords, and it's a painful ending. Okay, 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Swords. Maybe this is something that you walked away from, or something that walked away from you. It wasn't fulfilling, but it left you with more questions than it did answers. Okay, let me clarify what is exiting. These are coming out in 3s, okay? Let's see. Ten of Wands. This is a heavy load, okay? But as you went through this, you walked a path of enlightenment. And maybe that's where you just came from, okay? This really heavy place that enlightened you. And sometimes they say ignorance is bliss, right? So having all the knowledge that you have now of who you are, of where you came from, and who you dealt with around that time, or the situation you dealt with, maybe knowing all the truth to that, Queen of Swords, you're waiting now, Three of Wands. The work is done in your head, okay? Wherever you came from, whatever you're doing, your thought process is coming to a close, okay? And now you're waiting on that work to be done. This is not a card of action. The action has already taken place. You're kind of in a place like, okay, well, now what? Okay. And you're not feeling very good about some of that. It doesn't sit right with you, okay? This is what I'm getting here is there was a decision that was made that you seem very self-critical about, okay? Maybe it was a situation that you were impractical about. Maybe it was a situation that really required forgiveness, or maybe you need the forgiveness, but it's not sitting right with you, okay? All right, give me some more answers. Give me some clarity on, okay, Three of Pentacles. At the bottom, we have the Queen of Cups. All right, this is a coming together. All right, this is what's sitting on top of your head right now. Okay, this is you see how the three of them are working together? And they're getting something done, something tangible. Like life could be tangible, work can be tangible, school can be tangible. Okay, so this is what's sitting on over your head right now. Okay, is where you came from, and now maybe, yeah. See, I was trying not to put it in this direction, but it's giving it's giving a person that. It seemed really heavy, okay? Actions were taken, that you seem very self-critical about, okay? And it ended up being painful, okay? The truth is, and the good news is, okay, Ace of Cups behind that. It doesn't have to stay that way, okay? So what you're wondering about is the coming together of this. The now what? Okay, that happened. Okay, it happened. Now what, though? Okay? Give me something that my ears can stay rooted in. What can they depend on? What is solid in their life so that they can take? All right. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Aries. This is problems with solutions. Okay? You see that key? It goes right to that door. You feel like, you were left out in the cold, or someone was left out in the cold. But as big as this feels, there's a solution to this. And maybe it's not the solution that you love, okay? But if you take some time and you really think about this, there's opportunities here. And some of them are really big opportunities, okay? You see his hands, they're dirty. There's work that may need to be done. But don't be afraid of that. I don't see fear here. I just see work that needs to be done to move forward in your life. Knight of Pentacles is a very slow-moving energy, but it's one of the most stable cards. It's one of those things where it's like, if I do the work here, nobody can take this from me. Let's see what our Aries has as they move forward. What do they have to look forward to? What does my Aries have to look forward to? I'm going to ask some independent questions too, because now I'm curious. All right. Ace of Wands. This is very passionate, okay? The World at the bottom of the deck. And what's sticking out here? that I have to note is self-work. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is working on self. Okay, I'm going to slide this one back in because it just wanted to be seen. Okay, so the World card at the bottom of the deck that you don't see coming, and the Ace of Pentacles. This is very beautiful. Okay, the Ace of Wands. I said the Ace of Pentacles, which we got that too. We have two aces here, Aries. What all the things that you're super unsure about like this, it really is an opportunity that you may not even see. It just really depends on the work that you're willing to do. Okay. Forgiveness. I feel like a lot of this is going to be based around forgiveness. Okay. And, you know, if you can do that, this Ace of Wands, okay, I know it didn't start off as a love reading, but this Ace of Wands is sexy. Okay. I'll do love readings another time, but this Ace of Wands is passionate. Okay. And the World card and the Seven of Cups, okay? You have things at your fingertips that you can hit restart on, okay? But it just won't look the same and it won't be the same, okay? You got to get your hands dirty if this is what you want. The Ten of Pentacles, fulfillment. Get your hands dirty and get the work done. First, you got to decide if it's even what you want, okay? Let's see, how does the reader see themselves here? Give me something for my Aries reader. And if you're a cross watcher watching for your Aries, be patient with them, okay? Seems like they're going through a lot mentally, okay? Sometimes they're drowning in a cup of water, and sometimes Aries don't realize all you gotta do is stand up, okay? Give me one for my Aries. All right. Oh, yeah, okay, strength. Okay, this is a very soft strength, but this also tells me that you're holding back, okay? This is a very silent resistance. This is also Leo, which wouldn't really conform into silence, but I'm telling you, this is a very soft, holding back resistance, okay? I'm going to be strong. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be weak. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be strong. Make sure this isn't out of ego. Okay, what's at the bottom? Justice. Oh, my Libras. Okay. And the Empress card. Queen of Queens. So make sure this isn't being done out of ego. Make sure that this is being done out of a good place that you need time for. Okay. You see that on her arm, it is the infinity symbol. Okay, that's exactly what we said here. You have to make sure that what you put into this is what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so with this resistance here, and with her being strong and holding back, maybe that's where it's rooted in for you. You know, if I pour into this, you know, if I take this cup and I pour into it, now that I'm enlightened and I have these answers, is this going to pour into me the way I pour into it? Is this going to show up for me the way that I need to show it for? And the answer is yes. Okay. King of Pentacles. All right. And not to mention, this dog here is, in tarot, dogs are friends. Okay. Really good friends. Okay. So this friendship card. All right. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Maybe the person that was in your life was a friend, or maybe they consumed that friendship portion of your life so much, even if it was a relationship, okay? But the King of Pentacles is very grounded energy, okay? Maybe the person or the thing or the job or the place or whatever that connection was that you're moving out of and wondering how you're going to move forward, they've done the work too, it seems like, because they're coming in as a King of Pentacles, okay? And this is in your environment, okay? Stay grounded. Bottom of the deck. Ten of Pentacles. We just talked about this, okay? And this needs some time, okay? Your own personal assessment, and if it's going to be as good as it gets. What you pour into it, is it going to pour into you? You know, and this seems like it will, okay? being this grounded, having this stable energy, this wise person. They don't have to be older, but they tend to ground themselves in that type of energy. Okay, give me some advice. Okay, well that was, all right, 7 of Cups. All right, look at your options. Look at all of your options here. All right. This is an emotional card where it's like, yeah, I don't really know. You know, what does this hold for me? There's a snake in this card. And, you know, they tend to shed their skin. Another 7. 7, 7. Okay. 7 of Wands. Don't go into this wildly. Definitely go into this protecting yourself. Okay. Trying to get a full understanding at what you're looking at. Okay. All these cards. Too many cards. Okay. Mess. Okay. Don't go into it without doing the work. Okay. It's going to be the same mess that you just left. Okay. Queen of Wands. Okay. This is Aries energy. All right. And she seems like she's having a fantastic time. Life is good here. Okay, she looks good doing it. She's excited about 2121 on the timer. Okay, that's 3-3. Master 33. That means this person has learned lessons beyond the life that they're living. Okay, and maybe they have something for you too. All right, Tower at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This transmutation, going from where you came from to where you're headed, okay, it needed to happen. And I hate to say that to you because it looked like before like there was some pain and some hardship in it. But it had to happen, okay? For whatever direction you're going to choose to head in, you know, for self-fulfillment, 9 of Cups, this had to happen first, okay, whether you liked it or not. And now you're waiting to figure out, okay, resting. All right. Give me some affirmations and advice for my beautiful Aries collective. Give me something that we can learn from. This isn't a bad thing. Even though it feels heavy, there really is some opportunity here. Okay. This card, oh, I don't know if you can see it. It says masculine. We are taught for so long that the only way to be is to succeed, to achieve, to drive, push, push, pull, pull, do. And there is nothing wrong with this, of course. But what we are not taught is that the masculine drive is the innate within all of us, was meant to be balanced by its feminine counterpart. So that in the midst of it all, succeeding, achieving, and doing, there is feeling. And there is being. Okay, I really feel like, let me try to get this, there we go. I really feel like there's going to be a coming together, okay? If this was relationship related to you and it resonated that way, this confirmed that the masculine and feminine, there's going to be a coming together, okay? That's going to be something that's going to be in your future. Yes, you know, there's action, 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 but you have to create balance around that. You know, we all have a masculine and a feminine parts of us. And I hope that the women embrace that femininity and the men embrace their masculinity in healthy ways for them both to be able to be better together. Okay? My Aries, love always and always love. Bye.